Hi, beautiful soul. I couldn't wait any longer, so I decided to bring it with the feminine energy style, just as it is, and just going with the flow. Can you imagine it? This is my new course. It's finally launched, a new you. So I decided to go with the flow and to do it right now, to launch it right now. And then with time, I'll be creating the structure behind it for on the website, and everything is not perfectly done yet, but I won't let it stop me to receiving the blessings that I'll be willing to come in. So this is why today's video is about receiving, the art of receiving, letting your blessings come in. Well, we can sometimes self sabotage by thinking that we need so many things before we can really go a step further. I've been learning a lot with the feminine energy lately, and I'm so grateful to my mentor. And from the feminine energy standpoint, you just go with the flow, right? You do one step and you go ahead. I always take the time to notice that it's also important to have that masculine structure, right? The masculine energy that can create a structure that is trustworthy and that is professional, so to speak, but not let one stop you from your evolution, not let one stop the flow because I don't have the structure, the website. I think that I cannot go ahead and launch my course. I've been creating these videos and they could be sitting there now for I don't know how long until the masculine is present, the structure on the website, right? Or I can just say, okay, for the souls, the people who are ready to jump in and to start the activation into becoming also their new self, I'm going to make that possible for them. All right. So the self sabotage, one of the epiphany that I got recently is that our self sabotage, all those limiting beliefs, all those things that are holding us back, that are holding you back, can really be a blessing in disguise. They can really be your greatest gift. When you take them and you turn them around, you transmute them and use them into your evolution in helping you to go to the next level. For example, if you identify a blockage like I think I have this limiting belief that I cannot launch my course because I don't have my website ready for the course. All right, you can take that and say, is it really necessary to have a fancy website where everything is working before you can start helping people with the knowledge and the activation that you have to share with them? Not necessarily. So you can simplify the process and take the easiest way to start to do that first step, right? For example, doing this live stream has been such a training for me to get on another level again with the way I present, the way I talk, the way I can free flow the information and not rely on my notes so much, right? So, taking your limiting belief, taking your blockages, taking everything that can be holding you back and turn them around because it's just yourself trying to bring those things either to keep you in your comfort zone or to show you something that you haven't taken into consideration. And you can take that limiting belief and dissect it maybe by writing. You can discover that it is really a blessing that is hidden under that limiting belief. So, turning our blessings into, um, turning our limiting beliefs into blessings. This is also something that you can do instantly by visualization, for example, because on the subconscious mind, there are so many other limiting beliefs that are not yet conscious, that are not yet on the surface, that you can recognize them. Oh, I have this thought, I have this limiting belief, right? So you can just process all of them as a block, right? All my limiting belief, I ask the help of God that they are not transformed into blessings that I can use in order to go forward. Because even if it's a self doubt, when you start doubting yourself, you can still use it and transform it into a blessing. Okay, I'm doubting myself, but what is behind that? What is hidden behind this self doubt? So if you can identify that, then you can use a simple baby step in order to go forward. And once you go forward, the self doubt has lost its power, right? For example, I have this idea, this example about the videos, creating videos. Okay, your self doubt can be like you are creating so many videos, but you don't have the equivalent in what you give and what you receive. And it can sometimes be such a thing for creators, what bring them to say, okay, I will give up everything because it's not fair exchange, right? I give so much, my time, my energy into creating the videos, and what do I get in return? Right. That is self-doubt, and it will start telling you maybe your videos are not so good, maybe what you are sharing with people is not that interesting. But if from there you say, okay, it's not necessary to do everything that I do, I'll just leave everything. If you say that, then you will stop doing the videos and you will not have the impact that you could have on other people, or the evolution that you could have if you were more patient with the process, right? Because there is a learning curve, and there is also the algorithm behind the videos that you are doing, or your audience, which is getting warm up to what you have to offer, right? All those factors create a place where you really need to be patient and continue to go forward. So even if the self-doubt come, you can use that and transform it into, okay, what is the next step that I can take in order to really go in the direction of what I really want? Maybe the direction of what you really want is to impact more people and to have the engagement from those people. For example, in the comments, thank you so much for all of you who write me comments and like the video, so that I know that I'm really making a difference in your life when you see my videos, when you watch my videos, and when you give me the feedback like that. It just makes my day. So thank you so much for that. So maybe your next step is to want more comments or more subscribers. Maybe in the next video, if you didn't take the time, or if you always forgot, like I sometimes do, sorry, to ask the people to comment or to subscribe or to like in the video, then you can do that. Or if you didn't put so much effort into your thumbnails and stuff, you can start doing some more research, what kind of thumbnail you like, and use that as inspiration for your own video. So I always find myself going toward those example of videos because that's what I do at the moment, right? And the same for a course that you are creating. There will be so many limiting beliefs, like, is my course even going to be useful for the people, or is anybody going to be interested by my course, or whatever the limiting belief is, right? You can welcome all those limiting beliefs and then write them down and then ask yourself, okay, why do I have this? Actually, your body is trying to give you all those ideas so that either you stop and you get comfortable again in your comfort zone, right? And you don't go forward. Or number two, you look deeper in looking how you can make your course really interesting and really helpful for people, and how you can get that course to many people. So there are two ways. Either you will stop because the self-doubt is winning, or you will use that as a fuel to even make what you were doing, your project, even better, right? So you can find the courage. We talk about the blessings, right? You can use that as a blessing and find the courage to make it even better. All right. On your journey, it's really important that you have gratitude along the way. For those moments where the self-doubt creep in, you can remember that you came a long way already. If you have one video that you did, that is so much better than having none at all, right? If you have created the channel, it's so much better than having nothing. If for a course you have created the first video for the course, or if you have announced it, it's so much better than having those ideas just in your head and thinking, oh, yes, one day I will do some fantastic course, right? And then from there, you go step by step forward and you create the next video for the course and you use both your feminine energy, your masculine energy to really bring the best of you into that course so that you can really have an impact to the people who will come in contact with that course. So your gratitude is really important. I really highly recommend that you have a gratitude journal. It can be a simple notebook where every morning you write down the things for which you are grateful for, the most basic things or the most amazing things that are happening in your life. And then in the evening, you can use your gratitude journal to write down the things that you have accomplished in the day, right? This is really a beautiful thing. And then we are talking a lot about self-confidence on this channel, deep self-confidence. Along the journey, it's also important to balance that with humility in order not to let yourself go lost into arrogance, right? Because when things come your way, the blessings, when God is bestowing those blessings on you, you can start thinking, okay, this is my own work. I don't recognize the power of God into my life, right? And this is a downward spiral if you go that way. So it's really important to remember the humility also on the journey. And then it's also important to remember the courage because, like we said before, self-doubt will creep in, limiting belief will creep in. It's just our human race, our human condition, right? But every time that we take that step forward, that baby step forward in going and saying, okay, I can feel the fear, I can feel the limiting belief, but I will go forward anyway, then we are doing something that is not only going to be beneficial for us, but it's going to inspire and elevate the whole humanity. Because each time that you take a courageous step toward your dreams, toward your goals, you are really inspiring others around you to do the same in their own life. So being courageous, being humble, and having gratitude is really going to help you on this beautiful journey that you are starting in becoming a new version of yourself, a upgraded high vibrational version of yourself. I love this quote from my mentor, Dr. John DeMartini, an affirmation which says, I am the vision and God is the power and we are a team. So when you understand that, you don't rely only on your own forces, because if you do, you might be working into exhaustion and not let the inspiration come in, but trying to work only with the well, the limited amount of ideas that you can have. But when you let God in as the power that is behind anything, everything, to inspire you on what action to take, when you train your intuition, your inner voice, to listen to that voice and to be ready to have the courage when you listen to that voice to say, yes, I will go in. I didn't know before this morning that I was going to announce this thing. But the day before, I've been having some input like, okay, create this simple web page where you just write what the course is about. Okay, I did that, but I thought, okay, I will do this and maybe I will launch it in a few days, right? So now it's the thing like, why do you have to wait for a few days? Well, the logical idea is yes, because I want to upgrade my website in order to include those payment like Stripe or PayPal automatically, like professionally. But I can also do the feminine way and be like, okay, I'll do the basic stuff in order to allow the people who are ready to receive this blessing that the course is going to give them to be able to start their activation, their evolution into becoming their new self, right? So that's why I started like this, listening to the input that I get, to my intuition, right? To the inspiration that I get from the power, which is God, which is a source higher than myself. And when I work together like that, I know that I have my part to take, right? Maybe 20% is the inspired actions, like showing up for this live stream and really launching the course right now. And then there are 80%, which is like working constantly on this inner work, on meditation, on aligning, on keeping my vibration high, going outside in the forest or for work, and trying to keep my thought really high so that what I get is a clear message that I can receive and that I can get the courage to go and put it into aligned action, right? Because you have the work that you do when nobody is looking, right? That is maybe 80% of the time. You are constantly having to deal with yourself, your past baggage, your past self, your past identity, and also with your future self, like the dreams, the aspirations that you have. And they are both in you. And it's like you are living in two worlds, right? The old world is your old self with your old habits and everything. And the new world is calling you, is your new self, is what you are becoming, is your dreams coming into reality. And your present self is between those two worlds. And sometimes it can be tricky to navigate those two worlds, right? To manifest and in the process of manifesting, not knowing what is really priority and what is not so much important, what no longer belong into your future. So by constantly being in this dance with the old identity, the new identity, the old self, the old habits that want to hold you back, your comfort zone, or the new self that is calling you forward, that is challenging you to do things that you haven't done before, right? By dancing like that, you have the courage, you have the humility, and you have the gratitude for every step that you do along the way. All right. So, a new you is really something that I do not only for myself. I'm in the process right now also to becoming a new version of myself, as you have probably noticed yourself, and also to inspire you watching this video to do the same in your life if that's what you really want, because it's available for all of us to grow, to expand. Think about it. Even if you don't do anything, in 5 years, in 10 years, you will be somebody different, right? You will have different things, you will have different habits and a different behavior probably. You can decide to let time do its stuff, and in 10 years, in 5 years, you'll be some other version of yourself. Or you can actively work toward becoming someone else, not only in 5 years or in 10 years, but even next month, being an upgraded version of yourself, right? And as you get what you put in, it's the same also energetically, spiritually, physically, emotionally, in all areas of life, right? You can upgrade in all areas of life and receive those blessings in all areas of life. So when you do the inner work, you are really opening the door to say, yes, I want these things. Yes, I want that thing. So you are knowing what you desire, right? And now, in order to be receiving what you desire, you need to take inspired action. Inspired action is just as important as all that inner work that you are doing, that mindset strengthening, that dissolving of limiting belief, that transmutation of all the blockages, right? And then the inspired action. What can you do in order to really act and talk and work like that new version of yourself in order to have the behavior that that version have in all areas of life? What can you do in your relationships with your children, with your partner, with your spouse? What can you do in the way you eat, in the way you exercise, in the way you meditate, in the way you elevate your vibration, right? So many things that you can do in the way you show up, in the way you decide to balance that masculine energy, that feminine energy, right? The logical, the structural, the professional, and also the play, the work as a play, right? Because we need both, and the resting and the relaxation. When we can use all of those, we are creating a new version of ourselves that is really inspiring for ourselves to see what we are creating, right? The changes that is happening in our life and around us is also inspiring for other people to watch and to start their own transformation. Okay, I think that is what was on my heart to share with you. I was so excited that I couldn't wait any longer. I now have this course launched and I will continue to work on it. So the link is in the description below if you want more information. I cannot wait to start teaching this. And until next time, I wish you all the best and stay inspired. Bye.